Audio check. Audio check. All right. Good Saturday morning, and Yabba Dabba Doo sports fans. Welcome to one of our two home sheets here at Shadyside Academy for this home kickoff game. Your Pittsburgh Steel City selects 16U girls in their home whites, and these Carolina Junior Hurricanes in their traveling blacks with the red pants and the red helmets. We'll do 3 15-minute periods this morning from Shadyside Academy. Get the season kicked off here at home. Fair warning, this internet is not behaving like it normally does here. So I will do the best I can with it, but if it drops, I'm not sure. It's not its normal robust self here at Shadyside. So we're going to kick off or wear off the early season issues with the Wi-Fi. I'll give them a call this week and see what's going on there. But there are no cellular options here. This building is too much metal and too far in the woods to get a decent cell connection. So we're at the mercy of the rink Wi-Fi. We'll bring you what you can. I will bring you what I can, and we'll get the home season kicked off. So we've got 2 minutes on the warm-up clock. I'm going to put her on mute. I will be back for puck drop. All right, so lineup changes. Taylor's back. Klein's back. Moss, Shannon, and Warner back in Wilkes-Barre after their call up for the Boston run. I could tell you that drive home from Boston was a disaster. That 2 hours closest to Boston is awful. It was quite the ride back. It's interesting. Stevens usually likes to drive, as do I. She would prefer to drive over fly, and after that drive home, she said, "Dad, if we come back to Boston, we're going to fly." So we'll see if that's in the cards, if it happens again next season. But we're going to get going here. Warm-up clock has expired. 3 15-minute periods to start your Saturday morning here at Shadyside Academy. Looks like Kinger, Desai. So Kinger, Clawhardy, Pilarski up front, Marshall, and Desai. Looks like Clawhardy's going to run, try to jump the face-off here. I'm pretty sure this Hurricanes team's a Tier 1 team. They're in town to play the Pens, and Clawhardy didn't time it right, so it didn't work. So she's going to try it again, and it didn't get through. So this Hurricanes team's a Tier 1 team. They're in town to play Pens, and we picked up a game. Desai picks it up, brings it up the near wall here. We're a little blind. Our home arena does not have the best sight line, so when it's on these near boards, it's a little bit of a struggle. So they battle down into the corner. Clawhardy falls down with a junior Hurricane there. Pilarski cuts across the front, picks it up, sends it lower. Kinger can't get it out of the feet of a Hurricane. Back to the end wall. Clawhardy picks it up behind the net, throws it in front, swept off the doorstep by a Hurricanes defender all the way up. Back to Marshall. Marshall at the blue line, retreats, turns, spins, across to the side, tipped by a Hurricane. Near wall up. And they send it back to Marshall, Clawhardy does. Clawhardy, or they send it up now to Clawhardy. Too far, here come the Hurricanes. Down the near wall, into the near corner, in behind, and save there by goaltender Jamalkowski. I'll get it right. So Jamalkowski in the pipes here today. As Klein, Stevens, looks like Makasenka come out. As Dahl and Frank Vitodian are now blocking your view. So Zivkovic sends it up to Stevens. Here comes Stevens up the far wall. She dumps it around a Hurricane. They're going to go chase it. So Klein, Makasenka, Stevens. They throw it in front. Stevens knocks the goalie into the net in a hard hit. Nets off the moorings. Stripes hasn't fixed it yet. And Makasenka picks it up. Stevens in the zone. She's got to get back out. She does. Makasenka dances along the blue line. That can create those issues. And this one comes out. No, Klein holds it. Klein drops it. Makasenka a crossover for Stevens. Stevens throws it deeper. She's going to head to the bench in behind the Hurricanes goalie. Into the near corner. And this one comes up to Zivkovic at the point. Zivkovic throws it in front for Mrazek. Can't get a stick on it. Mrazek out here now with bar fight. Makasenka's going to head to the bench. That's going to let... Got to see who jumped on here. Detling came out here with him. Detling battling behind the net, throws it around to the far corner. And the Hurricanes are going to bring it up the far wall, where Kiesel's going to pick it up, neutralize, chip it back. Detling throws it across for Barfight. Barfight sends it across for Mrazek, too far down the near wall. In behind the net now as Barfight falls down. They bounce it off the near wall. Here come the Hurricanes. And they send it across, and they're going to pick it up there. Tips it back the other way. Mrazek can't get a stick on it. Hurricanes throw it out. Back to Dahl. Dahl and Schuler now in the backyard. Dahl throws it up the wall. Can't quite get it by that Hurricane. And now they chip it ahead a little bit. Yenny out there now with Taylor and Klein. They throw it back to neutral. It's going to go all the way down. Arm is raised, and that will be an icing. So we will come back down here. Klein, Taylor, Yenny, Dahl, and Schuler. Lindsay Vitodian climbing up here. Views are limited here. At the period break, I may try to get up a little higher. It's too hard to do during the action with this tripod. Try to get up a little higher, get you a little better view. Dahl throws it on net, deflected over to the far side. Klein gets there. Klein throws it on net, misses to the far near side. Throws it back in front. Klein can't get a stick on it. Here come the Hurricanes back the other way. They throw it. It comes off Taylor. This one pokes out Yenny. Yenny throws it back in, past the open door, down into the far corner. And the Hurricanes are going to pick it up there, come up the near wall. Yeah, I'll get the tripod up a little higher, see if I can get you a little better view. As Taylor gets her legs swept out from under her, so did Clawhardy. Now back the other way to Schuler. Schuler battling down the far wall with a Hurricane. Up to Taylor, who's out here with other line mates. In front of Dahl. Dahl throws it out, and that'll let Taylor get out. Here comes Kinger. So Kinger, Clawhardy, Pilarski, as this puck goes down, and they bring it in front of their own net. Throw it across. Kinger holds it, throws it deeper. Hurricanes pick it up out to the point. Held by Zivkovic. Zivkovic throws it. Missed everything to the net near side past Pilarski. And I'm going to skate up and pick it up there. I'm a little blind with fans and boards in the way, and here come the Hurricanes back up through neutral with a far wall. They throw it in front of the net, miss everything to the near side, into the corner. And now they push it across. And Pilarski picks it up, sends it in. Around to the back of the net. Here come the Hurricanes. He took it away. In front to Pilarski! Alyssa Pilarski shoots at point-blank range, and that's 1-0 Steel City. And I'll take that opportunity to try to get up a little higher here. Okay, with the way I'm set up, it's definitely going to have to be a period break change. Not going to be able to get up higher until the period break. I take the headset off because it's the lower part of the tripod that needs extended, and I can't do that quickly. So that'll be a period break thing. Sorry about that. Stevens, Klein, Makasenka, Zivi, and Kiesel. As Kiesel knocks it down at center ice. Kiesel knocks it up. She didn't knock it down that time. This one goes all the way in. Behind Jamalkowski, Zivkovic. Zivkovic can't quite push it up the wall. They push it down behind the net. Kiesel's going to go chase it down there. And now Stevens. Stevens on the wall. Sends it up too far for Klein. Klein battles across. The Hurricanes send it in behind Jamalkowski. Zivkovic picks it up there. Zivkovic up the wall. Gets it to Stevens. Stevens stops, turns, loses it. Hurricanes down the near wall. Shot off Jamalkowski into the far corner. Kiesel picks it up there. Here she comes. Up ahead to Max. No, she can't keep it. Here comes Kiesel with a burst. Kiesel around one. Loses the puck. Gets knocked down. Stevens picks it up. Stevens throws it into the corner. Just going to chase it down behind the net. Hurricanes are going to get there first. Stevens applying pressure. They're going to come up the far wall. Bar fight there. Bar fight gets a stick in there. That was offsides. They didn't call it. In front of the net, Zivkovic cuts it down. Oh, too far for Stevens. Barfight can't get there. Hurricanes chip it deeper. In around the back. Hurricanes into the near corner. I can see it. You can't. Hurricane shot off the side of the net. Zivkovic puts it back to the near corner. Hurricanes in the near point. Dancing. Sends it over to the wall. Stevens with a block from the elbow. This one comes back to neutral. Hurricanes wait for the zone to clear. Makasenka pressuring Zivkovic. So now across to Kiesel. Kiesel up to Barfight. Barfight to Mrazek. Mrazek up the near wall. Into the corner. I can see it. You can't. She tried to center. Loose in front. Barfight couldn't get a stick on it. And they send it all the way back down at an angle that will not be icing. Schuller's going to chase it down in the near corner. Schuller. Schuller sends it up. And out. They have to wait for the zone to clear. Klein steps in front of it, cuts it off at the line. Dahl chases it down far corner. Dahl around the backside, near corner, up the wall now. Mrazek's there. Mrazek beats, bangs, knocks it out of the zone. Hurricanes pick it up, send it back in. Into the near corner now behind Jamalkowski. Schuller. Schuller sends a cross-ice pass for Mrazek. Goes all the way through. And they wave off the icing on a tip. Oh! Awkward collision back there. Klein knocked, and the Hurricane player had a collision back there. Hurricanes far wall retreating behind their goaltender now. Up the near wall. Cut off there. Klein sends it around behind. Klein out here now with Yenny and Taylor. As here come the Hurricanes up the near wall. They send it in deep. They're going to go for a change in behind Jamalkowski. Schuller got knocked down behind the net. Off the side of the net. Out in front. It's loose. Taylor kicks it off the doorstep. It's loose again, and there's the goal. Just too much action in front of the net. It's now 1-1, and now I'm going to try the tripod legs. Ryan Marshall's helping me here. Thanks, Ryan. All right, I'm up. Now I'm up too high. All right, I'm working on it, guys. I promise. Trying to get up a little higher here so you can actually see. I'm up too high now, but I'll work on that as we go. Puck up the far wall. Out to Marshall. Marshall shoots from the far point. And here we go up the far wall with the Hurricanes as Marshall hits him. Claherty in behind the net. They battle it over to the far corner. Desai battling there. Claherty over. Claherty, King, Pilarski out here now with Marshall and Desai. Into the corner. We're all a little blind now. In behind the net, Pilarski going to go all the way behind Jamalkowski. Up the far wall. She loses the puck, gets hit. Drops it back to Desai. Desai picks it up there. Desai sends it ahead. Too far for Claherty. And we're going to get a whistle. 6:19. Now I'm up too high. We'll see if we can get it adjusted a little bit here. It's the dangers of amateur broadcasting here. All right, we're going to try from there. Hopefully that gets you a little better view. So this one in behind Jamalkowski. It's going to be Schuler coming out of there with a tries tipped by Hurricane Camp. Now Kiesel comes across, tips it ahead to Makasenka. Makasenka leaves it for Stevens. Here comes Stevens up the far wall. Stevens, red line dump. They're going to chase it in behind the net. Makasenka should get there first. Makasenka back around to Stevens. Stevens tries to put it in front, gets it to Klein. Klein can't do anything with it. It's loose in front. Stevens can't knock it in. Still loose. Nothing. Puck was loose. Klein and Stevens were whacking at it. Could not knock it in. Makasenka throws it across the goal mouth over to the far wall. Kiesel's going to skate over, going to get there and hold it. Kiesel does hold it, throws it deeper for Makasenka. Makasenka tries to put it in front for Stevens, taking heavy shoulder pressure. Stevens up the wall to Makasenka. Makasenka back up to the point to Kiesel. Kiesel tries to shoot block. Kiesel picks it back up. Kiesel chips it lower. Barfight going to have to get over there. Barfight gets over there. Knocks it lower for Stevens. Stevens can't corral it. Makasenka off the back of the net. Still behind the net. Puts it out to the point. Kiesel throws it in high. Knocked down by the goalie. Puck loose in front. Canes are going to clear it off the net. Past Kiesel all the way down. And that will be an icing. All right, there's a draw into the corner. Barfight dancing across in front with it. Detling there. Mrazek there. Puck into the corner. Canes around behind their own goaltender. And now cleared back to Dull. Dull loses the puck on the wall. They continue to battle there. Now they knock it lower. I can see it. You can't. Puck behind Jamalkowski. Schuler up the wall to Detling. Detling up to Mrazek. Too far. Puck all the way back down here now behind the Canes goaltender. And we're going to get a whistle. We're getting a penalty here. Going to get a power play opportunity here as Canes are going to sit for hooking. Marshall, Claherty, Kinger, Pilarski, and Klein.
Let's go, Steve! Let's go, Marshall!
Klein leaves it for Pilarski. Pilarski in front for Claherty. Claherty turns, misses everything high. Into the near corner. This puck's going to come back. Marshall's going to have to retreat. Canes coming down the near wall. Marshall. Canes still have it behind. Throw it in front. Centering into the slot. Poked away by Klein. Canes still have it. Marshall can't poke it away. Now she picks it up. Here she comes back the other way. Marshall with King and Claherty. Marshall up the near wall. They wait at the line. Here she comes. She shoots low into the near side. King gets over there battling. This one comes back. Marshall's going to retreat back to neutral. This one comes back to Kinger. Kinger across. And the Canes pick it up. Here they come back the other way. Now Marshall. Shot, missed everything to the near side, in behind the Canes goalie. Hurricane loses a glove. Klein with a shoulder. Puck loose, back to neutral here, now all the way back. Marshall's going to retreat. Marshall near corner. Marshall up, too far. No, Pilarski does corral it. Can't chip it by that Cane. And here they come back the other way. Stevens battling. Marshall. Now Marshall up for Stevens. Stevens can't handle the pass. Chips it across to Claherty. Claherty loses it at the line. Back to Stevens. Stevens rips a shot off the goaltender to the near corner. And this one's going to come back out. 18 seconds to go on the penalty. Makasenka out here now with Zivkovic, Dull, Barfight, and Stevens. Dull all the way around. 7 seconds to go. Stevens tried to leave it for Barfight, couldn't. Stevens gets a stick on that, whacks it ahead to Makasenka. Makasenka gets free, coming down the far side. They catch up to her. She backhands it in front, trying to get it to Barfight. Barfight gets the shot off. Big save by the goalie. Into the corner. They throw it all the way around. This one goes all the way up to see if this girl's going to catch it. It's going to turn into a breakaway. It's going to. Shot! Jamelkowski with a big save with 2 minutes to go in the period. This one back up ahead. In behind, Jamelkowski stripes in the way. Barfight playing against a girl 64 times her size. Barfight was on her knees, still battling. In behind the net now. They try the old wraparound. Jamelkowski says no. And we get a stop with 1:41 to go, first period. So we're going to go to the far circle for this draw. I see Taylor, Yenny, and Pilarski, it looks like, coming out here for the front with Marshall and should be Desai in the back. As Marshall picks it up, tries to send it around, can't knock down by Hurricane. Here they come out front. Pilarski chips it below the end line. Marshall up the wall, past Taylor, to the point, not out. Hurricanes have it far wall. Gets all the way through, kicking, chopping. They get it in low. Jamelkowski with the save, knocks it to the wall. Marshall battling with a Hurricane back there. Pilarski joins in. They're still battling. Puck loose on the end wall. End line, rather. Up the wall, Yenny. Yenny beats and bangs and sends it back to neutral. Taylor tips it into the zone with 1:06 to go. In behind the net. Hurricanes, far wall. Hurricanes, chip it ahead. You got Kiesel and Desai back. Kiesel chips that one away. Kiesel tries to send it out, can't. High slot, shot! Jamelkowski with the glove. With 47-7 in the arena, it's still 1-1. Stevens, Makasenka, and who's coming with him? Looks like Pilarski's going to stay. Kiesel and Zivy in the back. Pilarski puts it over to Kiesel. Kiesel in the corner. Kiesel around back. Up the wall. Tries to chip it ahead to Stevens. They're all covered. Stevens picks it up. Stevens leaves it for Pilarski. Pilarski gets hooked. Still going. Makasenka with a shot blocked. Pilarski chasing it down far corner. Makasenka knocks it down behind the net. Makasenka tries to put it out front. Can't. Tries to put it in front for Stevens. Stevens beat banging. Stevens gets leveled in front of the net. No call. Here come the Hurricanes the other way. Stevens adjusts the hat. Keeps coming up the ice. Zivkovic cuts it off. Now Kiesel on the end wall. 12 seconds to go. Near corner. Puts it in front. They're going to be content to ice it. With 6 seconds to go, they'll come back down here. Looks like Dahl, Schuler, Klein, Claherty, and Kinger are going to come out here for the last 5.7 seconds of this period. For the draw to Jamelkowski's right, the left on your screen at home. Klein knocks it into the corner. Schuler's going to tie it up there. She takes a heavy shoulder, and that'll do it. We played one. It's 1-1. We'll be back for two. Let me get this tripod back to level after the fracas of the first period. Get you a better view here. But the best I can anyway. So we haven't had a sponsor for a while. Let's have a sponsor for today. If you're suffering from crip hip, as my wife Michelle was, and I know Grandpa Dull is, and you find yourself in need of hip replacement surgery, I'm going to highly recommend our current sponsor, Walker Texas Ranger branded walkers. They help you recover from your crip hip surgery. We have a Walker Texas Ranger branded walker at home right now as Michelle's recovering from her crip hip replacement. Walker Texas Ranger branded walkers. Pick them up at your local UPMC hospital. They probably only charge $1,000 for those. But Mom's on the mend. She's on her way back. She'll be at the game tonight after her recovery from crip hip surgery. In the meantime, I'll mute her out and be back for period number 2. Showing you've reclaimed your number 1 because Marshall's here in the arena. So Detling, Barfight, and Niner Mrazek out here. Schuler and Dahl in the backyard. And yes, Jeff, I did put a picture of Chuck Norris on her walker. Hence why it is Walker Texas Ranger branded walkers. Also put a picture of Johnny Walker Scotch, Walker shortbread cookies, and some guy named Walker Hayes. Addy printed it. I don't know who that is. Canes win the draw. They're coming up the far side. Cut off by Detling. Niner gets a stick in there. Here they come the other way. Jamalkowski now to my left as Schuler takes that to the end wall. Hurricanes battling there. They pick it up. They throw it in behind the net again in the near corner. Now behind. Barfight's going to go chase it. Now Dull's going to get there first. Schuler's going to pick it up there. Loose, near circle. Schuler whacks, can't get it out. And they're going to continue to battle. Barfight puts a shoulder into somebody back there. Now Dull still battling below the end line. And Barfight chips it. Comes loose dangerously in front. Niner picks it up there. Here she comes up the wall. She bats it ahead to Detling. Detling can't get a stick on it. They chip it back the other way. Dahl sends it ahead off a Hurricane. Niner picks it up. Here she comes down the far wall, loses the puck. Detling gets a stick in there. She gets pushed off it. Barfight chips it to Niner. Niner struggling, coming across top of the zone. Can't maintain the puck. It comes out. Schuler can't hold it. Here it comes back the other way as Marshall picks it up. Marshall sends it across. Now comes back across ice. Too far for Kinger. And this one's going to go all the way down and be an icing. And Michelle sent me the text. She was highly appreciative of the first period break sponsor. But for those of you that know us, we've been together 31 years. She's used to this at this point. 13-34. Klein takes that draw. She's out here now with Clardy and Kinger, stripes ducks. It comes in front. Jamalkowski pulls it in with the paddle and puts it under the paw. And we're going to get another stoppage, so we're going to go to that same circle. Same players, different time on the clock. Do another draw over there. And we'll see what Klein can do with this one. Leaves it for Clardy. Here comes Clardy. Kinger tried to get it across to her, couldn't. Marshall can't get a hand on it. Canes pick it up, send it into the corner. Now around behind, Klein battling. Puck loose on the side of the net. Goes around behind to the far corner. Where the Hurricanes pick it up, send it low. Klein chips it into the near corner. They're battling there. This comes up the wall. No, Kinger overskated it. It comes across. Now in front of the Selects bench. And Desai's going to pick it up there. Stop, turn. She gets pushed off it from her knees. Gets it to Kinger. Kinger up to Klein. Here comes Klein up the far wall. 3 Hurricanes back. Klein rips a shot. Misses everything high to the left. This one comes over to the near wall. Clardy gets over there to it. They throw it deeper. Marshall over to the far corner. Pilarski picks it up. Pilarski working hard behind the net. overcoming some hits, some whacks out front to Marshall. Marshall gets a shot off. But took a little misdirection there, missed to the far side. Claherty chases it over into the near corner. Can't get there. That was Kinger, not Claherty. This is going to go all the way down. Jamalkowski's going to have to play it. She's going to leave it for Marshall. Marshall overskated, but got it up ahead. Goes all the way down, and this will get on net. No icing. Canes leave it in behind the net. You got Makasenka out here now. Stevens tries to hold, can't. Zivkovic throws it, bouncing. Hit the goaltender in the glove. She knocked it down. Here come the Hurricanes back the other way. So we got Stevens, Pilarski, Makasenka out here with Zivy and Kiesel. Shot, loose in front. Zivkovic has to clean that off the doorstep. Comes ahead to Makasenka. Makasenka up the near wall. Makasenka skating through the center. Makasenka, heavy pressure. Should be a holding penalty there. Nothing called. Leaves it Kiesel. Stevens steps across. They collide here on the wall. Here comes Pilarski. Pilarski across for Zivkovic. Zivkovic up for Stevens. Stevens taking heavy pressure, gets turned around, throws it down the wall. Makasenka skates in front of that player, can't hold it. Here come the Canes up the near wall. Dancing around Kiesel. Backhand in on Jamalkowski. She's going to cover it up. And with 11-17, we're going to get another draw. Here comes Detling Mrazek. Schuler and Dahl, and looks like Barfight's already out there. So we're going to get a draw here. Barfight takes it. Drops it low. It goes off Jamalkowski over to the far wall. Niner up for Detling. Too far. Hurricanes back the other way. Barfight whacking. Dahl stands that player up. Barfight pokes a stick in there. Now the puck goes lower. Canes. Schuler puts a shoulder on that player and buries her into the wall. Barfight comes out of there with it. Sends it ahead to Mrazek. Mrazek looking up for Detling. She's going to skate for a while. Mrazek gets it over to Detling. Detling can't get a stick on it. Here she comes back the other way. Oh, big collision in front of the wall as Barfight takes a shoulder. Detling got hit along the wall there with a Hurricanes player. And we're going to get a whistle here. Looks like it's going to be offsides. So we're going to change the backside to Desai and Marshall. Front side's going to be Klein, Yenny, and Taylor. Klein, Yenny, and Taylor. As Klein's going to come out and take this draw. Klein comes out of there. No, Desai up to Taylor. Taylor up the near wall. She loses the puck there. Klein skates over, picks it up. Klein skating into the near circle, loses it there. Loose in front. Yenny can't get a stick on it. Now here come the Canes. Canes back the other way. Puck stopped there. Taylor picks it up. Now Klein. Klein coming up the near wall. Klein can't get by that Hurricane. And Taylor chops at it. Takes some pressure there. And here come the Hurricanes up the near wall. Dancing now into the center of the zone. Yenny pokes at it. Still dancing. Throws it down in behind Jamalkowski over to the near wall. Klein. Klein will get there. I'm a little blind, too. Klein's shaking something off her left wrist. And here it comes back to neutral, where the Canes are going to cut it across into the top of the zone, where Marshall's going to knock it ahead for Taylor. Taylor stops, turns, throws it up the ice. Yenny can't get a stick on it. Taylor pokes it back into the zone again. It's on the blue line. They're beating, they're banging. Yenny and Taylor are there with a bunch of Canes. They throw it across, and here come the Hurricanes. Hurricanes up the near wall. Taylor around the backside for Pilarski, too far. They leave it on the far point. And Taylor collided with Claherty. Now Pilarski comes across with it. Here comes Pilarski up the wall with a good burst of speed. Pilarski across, all the way around, shot loose. Rebound, and the goalie scooped it up into her glove with 9:07 to go. Second period. Pilarski, Claherty, Kinger, Kiesel, and Zivy. Pilarski going to take this draw in the far circle as the boys get the chant going. So last year it was Kiesel and Dahl reunited in the backyard. Today it's Kiesel and Dahl reunited in the bleachers. Good to see AA around here. He's been on a secret squirrel mission for a while. That's over now, so he's back in action. The boyfriends are reunited. Zivkovic kicks at it, can't keep it out. Kiesel picks it back up low in the far wall. She's going to turn, skate, throw it up the wall. Chip it out. Clardy can't get a stick on it, but Kinger will. Here comes Kinger. Pilarski trailing. Drops it to Clardy. Can't handle the pass. They send it back the other way. Zivkovic. Zivkovic up. Can't get it to Clardy. Zivkovic tried to stand him up at the line. Can't. Down the far side. They try to put it in front. Chipped away and sent out, but not out by Pilarski. Clardy overskates it. Down in the corner. Zivkovic tries to get a stick on it. Can't. Stops. Turns. Rifle shot. Missed everything. Far side. Into the near corner. Wait for the puck to come out. Battling in that corner. They chip it up ahead. Here comes Clardy. Clardy up the near wall. Clardy still skating. Clardy takes a heavy shoulder, loses the puck over to the far wall. Change in progress. Schuler's going to chase this one down. Looks like Klein's coming out here with Stevens and Makasenka. Schuler chases it down. Awkward bounce off the glass. Tried to throw it up the near wall. Couldn't get it out. Klein's going to skate over and pick it up, and here they come. Klein up ahead to Makasenka. Makasenka. Heavy pressure over to the wall. Makasenka throws it in front. Klein can't get a stick on it. Stevens skates over, whacks at it. Now Klein skates over. Comes all the way back past everybody. In around behind the net where Dahl's going to pick it up. Dahl up the wall. Canes are going to get there first, though. Canes near circle shot. Missed everything near side. Far side, rather. Around the back. Schuler. Schuler can't throw it. Stripes was in the way. Now they're going to battle back there. Klein. Klein up the wall. Makasenka up to Stevens. Stevens takes a shoulder at the blue line. Throws it in deeper. Stevens puts a fist into that girl's face as she pushes her off. Here come the Canes back the other way. Dahl. Loose in front. Jemelkowski got some equipment on it, and this time she's going to cover it up. So I'm sure Stevens was just responding to a compliment that Canes player gave her on her hair. She responded with a hand to the face mask. You know, the girls, they generally exchange lots of pleasantries on the ice. Probably asking her how school was going, what her favorite perfume is, what music she listened to last night. Stevens repaid it with a hand to the face. 6:50. I'll let the clock catch up as Detling. No, it's Desai in behind. Got my D's confused. Now Detling up the near wall, loses it to a Hurricane. They go in behind. Marshall chases it down. Now Desai. Desai loses it in the corner. Bar fight in there. They throw it behind Stripes. Mrazek taking heavy pressure. Kicks at it. Bar fight kicking at it. It's loose. High slot shot. Missed everything near side. Marshall throws it ahead. Not out. They hold the point. Shot! Jemelkowski didn't necessarily see that till the last second. Got something on it. Knocked it down. Covered it up. We're going to come to the near circle for this one. Based on where the shot was. And got a wholesale change happening here. Taylor, Klein, Yenny to sign Marshall in the backyard. 6:20 to go. Draw. Canes in the near corner. Comes loose and they hold it. Near point. They throw it off of Marshall's skates. Taylor up to Klein. Klein chips it. Going to chase it. Has to get ahead of it. Can't quite get ahead of it. She picked it up. Now the Canes take it away from her, and they send it around to the far corner. Desai stepped up, couldn't hold it, and now Klein puts a shoulder and a hip into somebody, chips it back into the zone. Canes pick it up there. And they come back the other way. They get around Yenny. Taylor turned the wrong way. They come up the far wall. Desai pushing her to the corner. Down to a knee. Around behind Jemelkowski. Push it up the near point. They battle there. Puck going to go down the wall. I'm blind, you're blind. We have fans and boards in the way. This one goes all the way across the goal mouth. Canes. They dance around Yenny. They dance around Desai. Put it past Taylor over to the near wall. Up high and into the protective netting. So we'll get a draw with 5:19. Take this opportunity to grab the coffee. Get a big swig of Americano. Nothing like 5:45 on an early season Saturday. Get up, get moving. Got a late one tonight at Barrel as Clardy tipped that one, almost knocked it in the net on the tip. Shot from the far point, or far circle rather, missed everything near side. They battle there, and here it comes out. No, Kinger couldn't get it out. Now this one will go through Zivkovic's legs over to the far wall. Zivkovic whacks at it there, sends it all the way down, and that will be on icing. Then we'll come back down here. Pilarski, Claherty, Kinger. We're going to change the backyard to be Marshall and Desai. And Pilarski's going to step in and take this draw far circle. I was a little suspicious if we were going to get this game out today. The Wi-Fi here not behaving, but it's going. It seems to be anyway. It's a little fuzzy on the QA phone, but QA phone's on cellular, so that explains it. Cellular's not great here. They're beating and banging along the near wall. I can't really see it. Hurricanes center shot. Jamalkowski save. Marshall picks it up, throws it up the wall. Cannot get it to Claherty. Shot from the far circle. Missed everything near side. Kinger going to skate over. They're going to battle. Puck goes lower. Pilarski's going to pick it up there. She's going to skate it. We'll see what happens. She loses it. Shot tipped over to the far circle. Pilarski, it's over there. Whacks at it. Can't hold it past the point. Can't get it past the point. Shot loose. Near side. Jamalkowski got the blocker on that one. She was just happened to be skating that direction, and it worked. They're beating, they're banging, they're whacking. Marshall knocked her down in front of the net, and here comes Pilarski. Pilarski with Claherty and Kinger. Pilarski around one. Pilarski up the far wall. Pilarski over to Kinger. Kinger can't handle the pass. Had the back door open. Kinger out front. Can't get it to Pilarski, or to Claherty rather. Pilarski's going to head to the bench. Marshall across to Dahl. Klein jumps on. Shot in front. Kinger going to get there. Up the near wall for Dahl. Dahl going to shoot from the point. Goaltender's going to cover it up. And after that flurry of action with 3:41, Stevens and Makasenka join Klein. And we're going to get a draw to the right of the Hurricanes goalie, the left on your screen. Klein over to Stevens. Stevens drops it to Dahl. Dahl down to Stevens in heavy traffic. Bouncing puck in behind. Kane's going to pick it up there. They send it up the wall. Schuler is not going to be able to hold the point. She's going to have to retreat. They send it up ahead past Dahl. Dahl. Bouncing puck up to Stevens. Stevens, heavy pressure, chips it up and out. They should wave off the icing on that one. We'll see. They don't, and it is an icing. Thought they could have waved that one off. She let it go, the Canes player did. So we're going to come back the other way for this draw. Stevens, Klein, Makasenka, Schuler, and Dahl. Jamalkowski's left, the right on your screen. At home, in the car, on your phone, in the shower, on the toilet, wherever you're watching this game. Dahl, behind the net. Behind to Klein. Klein, up the wall to Makasenka. Oh, they throw it back into the far corner. Dahl should get there first. She does. Dahl up too far for Makasenka. Overskates. Makasenka picked it up now. Dancing. Still dancing. Lose it in the circle. Klein bowls her over. She lost her stick. Klein falls down behind the net, chasing that Kane. Here she comes back the other way. They send it through the zone, and off of one Kane skates to another. Up the far wall. Shot! Jamalkowski knocks that down. Stevens picks it up there. Stevens up the wall. Can't get it past that Hurricane with any authority. Now they battle. It's loose across the center of the zone over to the far wall. Skating down that far wall. Now behind. Klein's going to whack at it. And she gets knocked down. He's picking it up on the half wall. Skate past Dahl. Klein puts a stick in there. Takes it away. Klein's going to pick it up. She's got Stevens and Makasenka ahead. Klein's content to ice it. No, it died. Well, now they called it anyway. That puck died, and I thought they were going to wave it off. But no, it is an icing. As Dahl says, a very slow icing. So we got Zivy and Kiesel in the backyard. Barfight, Mrazek, and Detling up front. Barfight going to step in and take this draw. As she does, it goes over to the far circle. Now this one picked up by Kiesel. Kiesel chips it ahead to Mrazek. Mrazek has Detling breaking. We'll see what Mrazek can do with this. She gains the red line, dumps it in behind the net. Off the side of the net on a weird bounce. Mrazek picks it up, throws it up high. Detling gets shouldered off the puck. In behind the net now. Barfight going to go work in the corner. Past Mrazek all the way around to the far side. Where Zivkovic tries to get in there. Can't. Mrazek will battle. Puts it to the wall. They send it out. Barfight waits for the zone to clear. Sends it back in. Bouncing off the top of the boards. In around behind the goaltender. Hurricanes pick it up. Reverse direction up the far wall. This one gets lost in some feet. Barfight can't get there to hold it, and here come the Hurricanes back the other way. Dies at the red line. Hurricanes pick it up. And they're going to be offsides. 1:18 to go. Pilarski, Kinger, and Taylor come out here for this one. Pilarski going to take this draw. Kiesel, Zivy in the backyard. Pilarski pushes it forward. Canes go D to D, and Yanni puts a shoulder into that player. Can't take the puck away. Oh, now they're loose in the high slot. Shot. Jamalkowski got a toe on that one. Zivkovic can't clear it out. In behind the net now. Loose on front. Comes all the way out. Top of the zone. Shot! Missed everything near side. That was a blistering one. Out to the far point. Shot. Yanni knocked that one down. Zivkovic picks this one up. Zivkovic up ahead to Taylor. Here comes Taylor. Taylor up the near wall. Loses it to a Hurricane in the near circle. Near wall. Yanni tries to hold, can't. They go by her. Here come the Hurricanes up the near wall. 31 seconds to go in the period. This one cuts across. Now Yanni has it. Here comes Yanni with Pilarski and Taylor. And they're going to be offsides as Pilarski jumped the zone with 23.6 to go. So we're going to get Kinger, Claherty, Pilarski, Desai, and should be Marshall. Yep, Marshall on the near point. With 23.6 to go in this period. Pilarski steps in to take this draw. They push it across. Kinger can't keep it in. And here come the Hurricanes up the near wall. Marshall going to push that player to the corner. Centering pass cut off by Claherty. Dangerous. She was aiming at the net when she cut that off. 9 seconds to go. Loose in front, the side. Tie it up on the wall, Marshall. No, she drops it off to a Hurricane in the corner. 2-1. That'll do it. We played 2. It's 1-1. I'll mute it out and be back for period number 3. All right, here we go. Kinger, Pilarski, Claherty, Desai, and Marshall. Claherty's going to try to jump it. It didn't really work. And Hurricanes back. Cut off by Pilarski. Pilarski can't quite get there, and here come the Canes back the other way. Marshall going to try to push her to the corner. Does. She drops it. Canes seem like they're coming with a little more speed to start this period as Jamalkowski gloves that one. And we're going to go over to the far circle for this draw. Pilarski. Out to Claherty. Claherty back to Marshall. Marshall over to Desai. Desai up the wall. Gets it up to Claherty. Here comes Claherty. She's got a little 2-on-1, 3-on-1 situation here. Over to Pilarski. Pilarski out to Kinger. Bouncing puck, and Izzy King goes in over the right shoulder of that goalie. That was some beautiful passing as they came down the ice. And that one bounced up, hit the shoulder, and found the top of the net on the right-hand side. And it's 2-1 Steel City. Some beautiful passes coming down the ice there. Claherty to Pilarski. Pilarski centered it to Kinger. Kinger with the pitching wedge. Knocked it over the right shoulder of the goalie, and it's 2-1. And I can tell you right now, these Hurricanes don't know whether to cry or whine their watch. You can see it in their face. Claherty gets a stick on that one. You can see it on their faces. They don't know what hit them. As that Hurricane dives behind the net. Hurricanes. Claherty with a whack. They push it ahead. Marshall cuts that player off. Picks up the puck behind Jamelkowski. Up the near wall. Chips it ahead. 14 to go. Up to Kinger. Kinger 1-on-1. Kinger skating in. Kinger off the side of the net. Got in too deep. Couldn't get a shot off. Klein knocks it. Here comes Kinger again. Kinger can't quite get the stick on it. So we got bar fight out here with Klein and Kinger. Kinger's got to get off. We'll see who jumps on to join them. As Schuler and Dollar on the backside. As now we got Makasenka coming out. Up ahead. Too far for bar fight. And we're going to knock it around behind the net here. The Hurricanes do. Makasenka, bar fight, and Klein out here now. We're moving the lines around a little bit. They're battling along the wall. Here comes the puck back the other way. I can't see it. Schuler's going to chase it down halfway into the zone. Schuler up ahead to Klein. Klein loses it as a Hurricane cut across. Bar fight was there too. Now Klein back the other way. Klein battling down the wall. And behind the net. Bouncing puck! It was loose. Goaltender had to dive on a bouncing puck that went awkwardly into the net. Looks like Mrazek, Stevens, and Detling as they shuffle the lines here. Zivy and Kiesel in the backyard. Stevens going to take the draw. Stevens pushes it over to the wall. Hurricanes send it up the wall. Zivkovic from there. Zivkovic throws it in front. Never got through. Here come the Canes back the other way. Kiesel steps across. Separates that player from the puck. And they're going to blow that as an offsides with 12:40 to go in the third period. 2-1, Steel City. They're playing Doll's theme song here, Little Country Roads. Stevens going to take another one here. I don't know if he's moved her to center or what. We'll find out after the game. Puck dies on the dot, and Canes come down the far side. Shot! Jamelkowski hugs the post. Kiesel knocked it out to Detling, couldn't handle it. It comes back the other way. Over skates. Kiesel gets a stick on it. Back the other way. Zivy's going to chase it down in the corner. Zivy whacks it around the near boards. Mrazek's over there. Mrazek, Stevens, and Detling. Shot. Gets deflected around back. Stevens. Stevens up the wall for Detling. Detling back dangerously into the center, but Zivkovic's there. Here comes Zivkovic up the near wall. She's going to skate a little bit. Zivkovic gains the red line, dumps. In around behind. And the Canes are going to pick it up, bring it up the far wall. Stevens shoulders that player off the puck. Taylor picks it up. Taylor back to Kiesel. Kiesel skates through a couple of players, loses it at the red line as they're going through a change. Now we got Taylor. Taylor chips it around one. Fighting, gets a shot off. Taking heavy pressure on her stick, got a shot off. So it's Taylor, Yenny, Pilarski, Desai, and Marshall in the backyard now. 2-1, Steel City. 11:35 to go. I'm off a couple of seconds. We'll get it lined up here. Cross to Taylor. Loose in front. Yenny can't get a stick on it. Back to close to even. Desai got a stick on that one. Throws it in front. Yenny, turning shot by Yanni, gloved by the Canes goalie. We're going to go to the far side. 11:23 to go. Pilarski out there now with Taylor and Yanni. Oh, Marshall couldn't stop the puck, stop the player. And here they come down the far wall. Centering gets through everybody to the near corner. We're all blind on this one. Wait for it to come out. Up and out. Pilarski pushing. Cross ice. Pilarski picks it up on the far wall, loses it to a Hurricane. Here they come back the other way through Yanni's legs. Over to Desai. Desai steps up. Throws it in behind the Hurricanes goaltender over to the far corner, where Yanni's going to have to skate up. Yanni can't get a stick on it. Now Desai will repeat it again. Across to Marshall. Marshall over to Pilarski. Pilarski. They're battling here on the line. It goes in. Now the Hurricanes retreat with 10:34 to go. Cross. Hurricanes up the far wall. Pilarski. Klein jumps on. A little bit of a sloppy change there. They get in short on Jamalkowski on the sloppy change, and Ava bails him out. So we've got Desai and Marshall. Claherty. They're changing. Let it all settle here. Kinger, Klein, and Claherty. Dahl and Schuler now. They were changing Klein, so they're definitely juggling the lines around a little bit here. This one gets loose. Here comes Kinger on a breakaway. It's going to be Izzy King one-on-one with the goalie. No. Rebound. Claherty couldn't get a stick on it. Dahl overskated the third rebound. Kinger on a breakaway. Didn't get any lift on it. And here come the Canes back the other way. Got to get back out there and block her off the puck. Dahl's going to get called for a trip here. Dahl lost her edge and then took the player with her, and she's getting called for a trip. So we're going to go on the penalty kill. 10:01 to go, third period. Dahl's going to go to the sin bin for a trip. And we're going to go on the PK. Taylor, Yanni, Kiesel, and Desai. Dahl's going to sit for a trip. 2 minutes to Dahl for tripping. Taylor going to step in and take this draw. They drop back to the near point. They take it down into the corner now. Centering pass. It's loose. Can't get a stick on it out to the far point. Shot from there blocked by Yanni. Yanni sticks it to the wall but not out. They hold it. Yanni battling, pushing hard. Yanni stops, turns, picks it up, throws it up. They pick it up high slot. Stop, turn, shot blocked by their own player to the near corner. They pick it up there. They throw it deeper. No, they come up the wall. Yanni has it. Yanni can't get it out. They send it down the near wall. They throw it in behind. Bouncing puck odd angle out on Jamalkowski. She's going to knock it down with 9:27 to go. Marshall and Schuler come out here with Mrazek and Barfight to kill the rest of this penalty off after 33 seconds. Into the near corner. Barfight puts it over to the wall. They battle. Canes have it from her knees. Schuler picks it up. Schuler throws it up the wall and out. Here comes Barfight. Barfight throws it in deep. Going to go chase it. Canes are going to get there first. Barfight's going to come pressure with Kane 42 times her size. And here they come up the far wall. Mrazek needs to turn. They skate by. Barfight steps in. Creates some havoc. Marshall battling. Marshall bounces it off the wall to the near corner. Up the wall past Barfight and out. They regroup. Stood up Marshall. Mrazek stood her up. Marshall couldn't knock it out. Marshall falls down, stops the puck, and prevents the player from getting it. Another player picks it up near point. She can't, far point. She can't hold it. It comes out 34 seconds to go. Over to the near point. They throw it in deeper. They skate it into the circle. Now they're going to go into the near corner. Along the near wall. Loose in front, cut off by Mrazek. Mrazek picks it up there, sends it out. Back to the red line. 13 seconds to go in the kill. Claherty jumps out here with bar fight. Shot knocked down by Marshall. Marshall picks this up. Stops, turns, looking up. Hits Claherty. No, too far. Claherty's going to get there, though. Here comes Claherty on a breakaway. Claherty with the shot. Saved by the goalie. 7:54. So we've got Kinger, Claherty, Pilarski, Zivkovic, and Kiesel. They tried to push it to the net for Pilarski. It didn't work. And this one comes up the wall. Kiesel's going to step up, throw it in. It blocked up high by a Kane. Here they come the other way. Kiesel gets a stick in there, creates some havoc, but they still push it down the wall. Kiesel separates that player from the puck, picks it up, stops, turns, throws it, cannot get it out. They have it in the near circle, now near point. Stop, return, retreat. Now they're going to have to regroup back at neutral. They wait for the zone to clear. It's in Kinger's feet. Here comes Kinger. Kinger stuttering, stumbling. Puts it across for Claherty. Can't handle the pass. Claherty back behind. Kinger can't handle the pass. Throws it in front of the net. Pushed over to the far side. This one comes across Kiesel. Kiesel throws it ahead. Now Pilarski picks it up. Pilarski up the far wall. Pilarski with space. Claherty trailing. Pilarski shot, goaltender. Did not know where that one went on the rebound over to the far wall. Loose out front. Desai can't handle it to hold it. Desai stops, turns, spins, throws it up the wall. Can't get it by that Hurricane. Now it comes across to Kinger. Kinger gains his zone over to Claherty. Claherty back to Kinger on the give and go. She can't handle it. Heavy pressure in the center of the zone. 6:28 to go. Klein shoulders that player off the puck. Here comes Claherty back the other way. Claherty down the far wall. Claherty dances in front. Can't get a shot off. Klein can't get the rebound off. Missed to the side of the net. Hurricanes turn. Heavy pressure now. Makasenka battling. Desai. Klein going to battle on the near wall. We await the result as we can't see. In behind the net, Hurricanes. Makasenka steps in, stops that player from throwing it around. Now the Hurricanes have it on the far wall. Klein gets it in her feet. Beat and bang and whack, and it's loose. Here come the Hurricanes up the near wall. Hurricanes. They send it into the corner. They're beating, they're banging, they're hitting. And this one comes loose across the top of the zone. Hurricanes are going to get there on the far point. Makasenka steps in, gets a stick. They throw it low behind Jamelkowski. Desai sends it up the wall. Barfight tips it ahead now. They're going to beat and bang there. They're below me. I can't see it. Makasenka joins. Continue to bang. Here come the Hurricanes up the far wall, or the near wall. Marshall pushes her to the corner behind the end line. She's looking for a center. Gets it out there. Makasenka got a stick in there and disrupted it with 5:12 to go. Hurricanes, D to D across the ice, far side. Detling steps out. Barfight's out there. Dahl, Stevens, Marshall. Stevens picks it up. Stevens bangs it ahead. Not out. They continue to bang, beat on it. In behind the net now. Dahl going to go apply pressure. Off the side of the net. Stevens stands up a player. Pushes her into the wall. Now Barfight picks it up. Barfight's been out here a long time. She's got to get off. She's trapped on the far wing. Schuler. They get around Schuler. They come in. Shot off the side of the net. They're in behind. Barfight's been out here forever. Off the side of the net. Stevens can't get a stick on it. Now Dahl picks it up. This should let Barfight get off. Dahl up ahead to Detling. Barfight's finally going to head to the bench. She's exhausted. Detling gets leveled at the blue line. And here they come back the other way. Stevens comes across. They skate around her into this top. Jamelkowski got the blocker up on that one. This one's loose on the wall. Detling can't knock it out. Jamelkowski knocked that one to the end line. Dahl up ahead. Mrazek will chip it out. Mrazek gets pulled down. Hurricanes have turned up the intensity a little bit here. This one comes back. Taylor knocks it to the end line. You can feel the intensity picking up here at the end of this game. Taylor knocks it over to the wall. Can't follow it. Hurricanes get over there to it. Loose in front. Mrazek's going to pick it up. Mrazek has some space. Picks it up on the wall. Knocks it out. Goes all the way back down. But that should be a tip. And they wave off the icing on that tip. Now Taylor goes to battle. Here they come up the near wall. Yanni out here with Taylor and Klein. Yanni battling on the wall. Klein. They're battling in front of me. They tip it. Kiesel gets a stick on it. Oh, they're coming in with it at point-blank range. Jamelkowski with a save. Knocks it behind the net. Goes around the back. 3:15 to go. They push it over to the far wall. Hurricanes have it. They dance in the near circle with it. They can't knock it down. It's loose in front. Jamelkowski gets something on it. It's still loose, and she gets the big paw down. And we're going to get a cover with 3:03 to go, third period. You can feel the intensity of this thing picking up. The boys are getting the woos going. Pilarski, Kinger, Clardy, Desai, and Marshall. Out to the far point. Shot. Knocked down by Pilarski, or by Marshall. Marshall sends it out, but that's going to go all the way down, and that will be on ice. So we'll come back this way. Schilling in the house. The 14s must have practice after this, so they're on their way in. Mac attack right here in front of me with Vitodium. Pilarski takes that draw, knocks it out to the point. Shot from the point. Knocked down Marshall. Marshall throws it out to Clardy. Here comes Clardy. Kinger ahead. Tried to put it ahead to King. She was turned the wrong way into the near corner. This one's going to bounce into that near corner. Pilarski's going to come out of there with it, though. Pilarski with speed. Loses the puck in the corner. Out to the point, Marshall. Marshall. Oh, Marshall couldn't flick it across to Desai. Marshall picks it back up, stops, turns. Looking. Tries to put it ahead to Kinger. Can't get it there. They battle on the red line. Now Pilarski will pick it up. Pilarski beating, banging, coming through there without the puck. Clardy. Here comes Clardy. Clardy dances around with it. And they're going to whistle it dead on what I can only assume is an offsides. 2:19 to go, third period. 2-1 selects. Pilarski, Marshall, Desai, Kinger, and Clardy. Pilarski going to step in and take this one. Ahead to Clardy. Clardy gets stripped of the puck coming through. Keeps a shoulder on it. Pilarski comes in, takes it away. Pilarski. Clardy still battling in front of the net with that girl. They battle on the near wall. Pilarski with a shot. Missed everything far side. Marshall needs to be careful here. Don't step up too much. She didn't. And she's going to steer that player to the corner. Separate her from the puck. It's going to go into the corner. Desai's going to get beat, but Pilarski. Oh, it comes bouncing awkwardly in front. And Jamelkowski got some equipment on that one and knocked it down with 1:53 to go. Here comes Klein, Barfight, and Makasenka. Kiesel and Zivy. So they're going to go over to the far side. Klein's going to take this draw. Klein dies on the dot. Makasenka pushed it out. Out to the high slot. Shot. Knocked down by Barfight. Loose in the center. Jamelkowski gets the big paw on it. Minute 45 to go. So we should be coming to the near point for this one. You see Kiesel dancing in the lower left of the screen. Near circle for this one. Klein's going to step in and take the draw. We're going to battle there. Klein puts it on the wall. Kiesel. Kiesel in behind. Kiesel stops, turns, reverses direction. Throws it up the wall. Zivkovic going to pick it up. They battle there. 1:33 to go. At some point, I have to imagine that net's going to become empty. Barfight knocks it out. Lost her stick. She's going to head to the bench. The lumber's on the ice. I don't know if it's broken or she just lost it. Mrazek battling. Zivkovic kicks it. Klein. Klein out here now with Mrazek and Makasenka. Klein up the near wall. Get it in deep, and that'll prevent the net from emptying. Klein dancing. Klein with a shot. Missed everything near side. 1:04 to go. They push it up the wall. They push it into the near corner. 53 seconds to go. They center it out to Zivkovic. Zivkovic shoots. Mrazek gets shouldered off the rebound. Just keep it deep in there, girls. There you go. Mrazek battling. 43 seconds to go. They continue to hold it. Deep to Makasenka. Makasenka center for Pilarski. Pilarski on the one-timer on the center for Makasenka. And it's 3-1 Steel City. Makasenka center. Pilarski on the one-timer. Beats him low left, and it's 3-1 with 36.5 to go. Girls are flying, holding that in deep, and Makasenka saw an opportunity, hit Pilarski streaking down that left side of the zone, and Pilarski buried it low left. And all that's left to do now is the crying. They drag it across. Claherty battling. The side picks it up, sends it across to Marshall. Marshall knocks it up ahead to Claherty. Claherty up the near wall with 24 to go. Claherty still skating. Tried to center, couldn't poke it through. At this point, just tie it up back there. 19-18. Centers it to Marshall. Marshall with a shot. Bouncing puck into the near corner. 14 seconds to go. Kinger around back for Pilarski. Too far. Hurricanes up the far wall with 8 to go. Hurricanes are going to send it ahead up the far wall. 3 to go. 2 into the near corner. I see the fat lady. She's singing. And your select steal one from the Tier 1 Hurricanes. 3-1 on a Saturday morning. I'll bring you the handshake. Get over the YouTube delay. We got the Junior Flyers from the City of Brotherly Love tonight at Barrel. We will see you there. Have a good Saturday.